Hey guys, it's Cycle Repair. Today I'm just doing a quick oil change on a 2006 CRF450X. I'll be making two videos. One is going to be the engine side and the other one's going to be the transmission side. I'll tell you what oil that I use and what weight, and a couple things about oil and stuff. It's a pretty simple job in the CRF, so let's get started. Alright, so first off, I'm not changing the filter, but I'm going to pull the filter for you guys so you can see. Let me set you up right here. Get you guys going right there. Hang on a second here. Alright, so first thing you want to do is pull this little plastic cover off. One 10mm bolt right here. And that comes off. This is your oil filter cap right here. We're going to drain the oil. Oil drain for this side is right here. Okay. For the other side, it's back in there. It's a 12mm bolt right there. We're going to do this side right here. It's a 10mm. There's a crush washer behind it. So make sure when you take it out, you don't lose that washer. It's a long bolt, so just going to pull it out here and get it started. Let that drain out. Alright, pull the filter. The filter takes 8mm. There's two size bolts. There's a short one here. And then there's a longer one right here. This one goes all the way into the case, okay? So this one right here, I'm going to take this out. Okay, it's a long one like that. It's got a short one. I'm going to hold the cap in because the filter's spring-loaded. Short one right there. Oil is going to be inside here too, so you can let that drain in a second. So it doesn't make a mess. Alright, so here's your filter. Got a spring right here. Filter. It's got a rubber O-ring. O-ring sits right on that right there. I'm just going to leave that together because I'm not changing the oil filter this time. So while that's draining out there, we'll just talk a little bit. We have on the 450X, you have a dipstick like a car. Alright, so it's got dipstick here, has two tabs on it. The top one is where you want to be at when you're all done. Okay, and what you need to do for this is when it's done, when you're done filling it up and checking it, you want to check the level with the bike upright position, balanced in the middle. And then when you put this in to check it, you just put it into there. And then you take it out, okay? You just put it into there and take it out. Don't screw it in all the way. So I'm going to let this drain all the way out, and then I'll be right back. About done right here. I'm going to put the drain bolt back in. All right, drain bolt, crush washer. If you do a lot of oil changes, make sure you get a couple new crush washers and change them every once in a while. Now, one of my key recommendations here is going to be don't over tighten this, okay? These, you can damage them if you over tighten them, if you strip them. It's got a crush washer. Spin until it gets tight. Just tighten a little bit more, okay? These, some of these bolts are about somewhere around 10 foot-pounds. These two little ones, 8mm, I'm about to put back on. They're 7 foot-pounds. Torque wrenches are not good at under 10 foot-pounds unless you get a small one. And you know, I have a good one. It's a Mac one, and under 10 it's just, I'm not confident with it. You can strip things out real easy. Alright, so you have a oil passage here, okay? You got a hole in there, another hole in the bottom. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 on this right here. 1, 2, another one there, 3. So make sure you get them in the right place. Right, when you get it in there, make sure you got spring tension on there so your spring didn't fall when you put it in, because it just kind of balances in there. I'm going to get our bolt started again. Long one. Short one here. Just be careful when you're putting this back in, when you have the O-ring in there, that you don't pinch the O-ring. When you push this in, push it in the center, push it in evenly, okay, and then tighten your bolts. So I was holding it in with my thumb right there and tightening those two bolts. So that's what you want to do. For these right here, these are the really low 7 foot-pounds of torque. So I like to just spin them until they get tight. Just give it a little bit more. They're not going anywhere. Okay. A lot of times you get a used bike and they strip them out. You're in bad right there. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do here is make sure we get everything clean, wiped up on the bottom. Don't have any oil dripping out everywhere. All right. Always do a clean job, especially if you're doing someone else's bike. You want to give it back to them in good shape. So oil capacity on this side here, with a without doing a filter, you're at 650 cc's. This is what you want to put in there. We kind of did halfway here because I didn't put a new filter in there. It's going to have some oil in it, so I'm going to put 650 in, and then I'll start it up and warm it up and top that off. All right, so I got a little filler right here. Got a ratio right cup. Now, what kind of oil am I using? Okay, I'm using Shell Rotella Triple Protection 15W40. I'm not going to get into a big oil conversation here, but look in the back of it. Okay, you want to make sure it doesn't say energy conservative or resource conservative or any of that crap in the bottom circle. Okay, make sure that bottom half of that circle is clear. Okay, and make sure you know, at the minimum I like it to say JSO like it does there, JSO MA. That's what the book recommends, Honda, so we're good to go. People will tell you need motorcycle oil and yada yada, whatever. I'm using this. Works just fine. Never had a problem with it. If you want to get crazy, you can use the blue bottle, which is the T6, and it's full synthetic, but the key is to make sure you're using stuff that's you know, JSO MA certified. Doesn't say energy conservative. Now, I will say on this bike here, it's got two different oil sumps, so you have one for the engine and one for the clutch side. The clutch side is the one you don't want to use energy conservative. Really, on this side doesn't matter because it's not messing with your clutch. But that energy conservative stuff will mess up your fibers and the feel of your clutch. So let's just get this filled in here. That was 300 right there. So now I'm going to do 350. We should be just about right. So let's see here. All right. And I'm on the floor here filling it up. It's a little bit more in the ratio right cup and we're good. Alright, so let's get this topped off here. This is, I'm putting in 650, and then I'll what you want to do after you fill it up with oil is you want to run it for 3 minutes, then let it sit for 3 minutes, and that'll let the oil sit all back down to the bottom, and then you check your dipstick. So, and then you just top it off to that top line. Alright, so there's 650 cc's in there. I'm going to put this cover back on. One thing I can guarantee you guys, Honda, Yamaha, They don't make oil, okay? They got their label on oil, but they don't make it. Someone else does. So don't get too caught up in having to put Yamaha and Yamaha and Honda and Honda. They have their own recommendations. Just read the recommendations. And the manual always says we recommend Honda, whatever oil or equivalent. So whatever you feel comfortable using, use it. So I'm going to show you how to check this oil quick. I didn't run the bike or anything yet. Okay, but you want to take the bike. Alright, get it right where it's balanced right there. Just put it down and pull it back out again. Okay, put it down right there, pull it back out. So I'm going to put some oil in this thing and get it to that top mark right there to start with. And then I'm going to run it, and cause I think I misread the ratio right. It's kind of dark here, I can't see, so I think I put in about 50 cc too less. So I'll get that set up right there. I'm going to run the bike a little bit, and then that's all there is to it. So when you're done checking your oil and everything is good, and you ran the bike for 3 minutes, let it sit for 3 minutes, check your oil, make sure you're at that top level bar right there, and you're good to go. All right, that's it. Check my other videos. I'm going to make one for the transmission side, so click on there if you're interested in that. Post any questions, comments, link, subscribe, and I'll keep making them for you guys. See ya.